Hello, I've been in project management with a focus on information management for 8 years. During my time working on and leading projects, I've seen projects fail or become something unintended, eating up time and resources. Since my work is in a field which at times addresses life and death, failed projects cost much more than money or jobs. In our industry, failed products take away resources which could be used to improve other projects and practices which literally save lives. The research is staggering. For every $1 billion invested in projects in the United States, $122 million was wasted due to project performance. Further, less than one-third of all projects were successfully completed on time and on budget. Some reasons projects fail are scope, cost, time, or resource issues, unclear or undefined expectations, lack of management or user backing, loss in value compared to other business or organizational goals, or funding is pulled. There are many articles showing why projects fail, and many take a look at tangible issues, which can be measured and predicted in a near mathematical way. Yet, projects are still failing. So today I'm going to focus on intangible risk and ways to recognize and mitigate some of the more prevalent intangible risk factors. This type of risk is harder to measure than other types of risk, and therefore can be more difficult to recognize and manage. In mitigating these risks, it is imperative to address unclear or undefined expectations and lack of management and user backing. Each project, each project has these risks because each project has people. In order to mitigate unclear or undefined expectations, the project manager must clearly identify the goal or reward of the project. This is not the end product, but what value that product brings to the organization. For instance, if the goal is accuracy and half the team is focusing on a product that delivers the most numbers at the cost of accuracy, there is a conflict of goals and the ultimate project reward. Some examples of goals are efficiency, accuracy, reporting, upgrades, speed, or staying ahead of the trends, and compliance. Give everyone involved direction, purpose, and clarity on what the end result should do. It would not hurt to write this goal into the objectives. Lack of management or user backing is a little bit harder to manage. In order to identify this risk, the project manager must look at corporate culture and management, stakeholder, user, and team member personalities. Corporate culture is like an individual personality and is largely dictated by the individuals working in and managing the organization. A traditional culture or individual may have a tendency to resist change. Seeing many creative solutions or a lot of change at once can result in fear over losing their position, job, upper hand, or a concern that the change may bring negative consequences, perhaps similar to a project in the past. Supervisors and management must reassure team members and users and assist in giving tools and detailed information during the change. Otherwise, the result will be undermining the project manager or the project, taking credit for the project or other people's work, or refusal to use the finished project. Articulate the new project will not make their job or institutional knowledge obsolete. No system can work without smart, seasoned employees. Provide as much planning upfront as possible. When possible, show them the plan or product instead of only explaining it. Leverage their wealth of institutional knowledge and recognize this. Recognize past efforts if you are aware of these efforts. In a high turnover environment, employees may have low morale and may be uninvested in the project. There may be a potential for a lower work output. Many employees may distrust management or organizational decisions. Mitigate this by encouraging and recognizing their efforts. Try to give them a sense of belonging and purpose within the project. Be very available for questions or concerns. There may be hesitation or second guessing themselves without reassurance. If management allows, give them autonomy over time. An organization with a group of experts tends to retain ownership of their area of expertise or program. They are more likely to embrace change. There may be resistance if they believe they have a better solution. There are potentially greater collaboration opportunities, but stakeholders who don't buy in may have more power to halt project success. Recognize individual and group expertise and the value that they bring to the table. Allow them to own a small part of the project if possible. Ensure management states their support of the projects and expectations during the process. Be as transparent as possible. They will be more likely to understand and maneuver within big picture goals and may have additional ideas which can save time and resources. But watch out for scope creep. Weigh these ideas against the triple constraints: cost, time, and scope. In an efficiency-driven organization or personality, they value loyalty over innovation. Assure them that you are on their side and understand their goals. They are efficiency and cost savings driven. Iterate the ultimate goal of the group, as discussed earlier, to mitigate the natural tendency to value speed or high production numbers over quality. Have management also iterate the goal. But leverage this tendency if speed or efficiency is the main goal. They may not value user friendliness in a product or value decisions which make things easier on them, not the whole. So listen to their ideas for improvement and streamlining, and evaluate these ideas against risk analysis for a better result. Recognize them for their ideas and give them credit when possible, even partial credit if the idea must be modified for overall project success. Much like the corporate culture, individual team members or stakeholders can halt a project. Recognize the strengths and weaknesses of management, the team, and users, and work to leverage strengths and mitigate weaknesses. Some organizations may have multiple kinds of people or risks. Many articles address the intangible issues, but are vague about solutions. This may be because the issues and mitigation are not always measurable. Every project is a hybrid of information, goals, and people. Recognizing the intangible risks and working to mitigate those risks can quickly focus your project and allow team members to work together on project goals and more tangible issues.